In this video, I'm going to talk about 11 ways to make money with your camera as a photographer or videographer. We're going to go through B2C to B2B and ways that you can license your work, print physical, digital products, and so on. So let's dive. I'll start firstly by saying that we're going to go from trading time for money all the way to building something that runs without you, aka something that you automate. So let's start with one. B2C client work. This falls, or things that fall into these categories are weddings, like baptisms, communions, newborn, maternity, portraits, headshots, boudoir pets, graduation. Basically everything that falls into I'm gonna trade time for money and I'm gonna do this specific work for a client. Now, the problem here, or the problem that raises here, is the income ceiling, because the income ceiling, you keep rising, you can keep rising your prices for the products or for the services that you're doing, but in the end, your calendar keeps getting full. Now, the problem with this is, from my perspective, since I did baptisms, weddings, newborn, maternity, and family before, the problem here is you always have your calendar full, and if you hate that feeling of at that time I need to be there, and at that time I need to be there, and afterwards I need to deliver this, and before that I need to see with the client and sign a contract and blah, blah, blah. If you hate all of that, the problem here is you will have that. So you can keep raising the prices for weddings, and at some point you'll only shoot professional luxury weddings for 20K one wedding or something like that. You can do that, and you're gonna travel the world and whatsoever. There's still the pressure that you need to take the photos to be fucking amazing, one. Then you have to deliver the photos, so you need to edit the photos, and you need to keep your word of the bargain where you say, I'm gonna finish them in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatsoever. Now, I don't like this anymore. I did it before. I don't like it because you need to work with clients. And you need to work with clients, and you always need to, hey, these are my photos, my portfolio. You like it, you don't like it, they go on the website. For me, it's a bit of a ick feeling. I did it for 4 years. It was good. This is how I started and I made my first money. But I wouldn't do it anymore. That's my opinion. We're going next to B2B client work. This means a business comes to you and says, hey, I need photos for this. You deliver the photos. Done. So you have product photography or photography for e-commerce. I did that before. I photographed tools for that dentists use in their cabinets. So in their studios. So that's what I did. You also have here real estate architecture, where you basically go on site. Someone says, hey, I'm a real estate agent. I need photos for that specific real estate, for that specific house or flat or whatsoever. I need you to make this fucking amazing so that I can sell it faster. Or you just go and photograph architecture. Now, this is the architecture part. It's something that I loved doing because I love playing with angles and with lines and all sorts of stuff. I don't have an eye for the architecture itself. I can appreciate it, but other than that, nothing. Next, food and hospitality. So here you would put here in this category, you would have food photography, and then photography for hotels, photography for how people are treating how people are doing the food in their hotels. And think of the most fanciest hotel that you've ever seen and their photos. And there's a photographer behind it. So basically, you take photos for people that have a hotel, have a business, and they want to show others how are people going to be treated once they enter their hotel, once they stay at their place. Then it comes to events and corporate headshots. And here we have, by events, I mean like team buildings or whatsoever. Corporate headshots, chill. We all know what that means. Advertising and campaigns. This is cool, I would say. Industrial and automotive, also fucking cool. Now, what happens here is that companies pay well, and usually, if you do a fucking amazing job, they'll rebook you yearly for a different campaign. So we're going at the fourth season this week, and we're gonna have an amazing time with the people at the hotel. We're gonna take some photos. They're having some branding colors. They're having a new open spa whatsoever resort in their side. So we're gonna go and take the photos of that and photos of the menu and whatever they're having for this specific season. Now, the next season or the next year, they might call us again because they have changed the menus and the menu looks different. And where there was a spa, they renovated and it's not a spa anymore. It's a kids playground, whatever. They changed something and then they call you again. Hey, we loved your photos. Can you come back and take some more of that awesome photos? Third, volume photography. And I would say it's a bit underrated because I work with someone that does hockey photos for hockey players. And we worked up until the point where things are kind of automated. So at some point, these can be paid way better than a wedding. You're doing volume. And because you're doing volume, you can ask a lower price and upsell them into something. As in, you can go to schools, sports leagues, dance studios, daycares, whatever. You win the contract with the organization, you shoot hundreds of people in day one, families order online or you upsell them online, or you have a one hockey league contract that can be worth more than a whole wedding season. Now, let's talk about this a bit as an example. The client that I worked with is a photographer for a hockey league. Now, we have automated the process of every single person. The camera stays here. Every single person comes in front of the camera in that specific angle where the lines are put on the floor. Click, then you're shooting it tethered remote. The image goes and is being renamed and is checked if it's a good one or not, so that you won't go through a whole process again of checking home through 300, 400 photos, which one was good for that specific player. You do this on the spot. You save it, you rename it. Once you have everything there, cool, fucking amazing. You finished with one team, the next team comes in. Now, you can also shoot, once you finish with that, you can also take photos of them as a team and individuals. Now, parents might order the team photo because it's bigger and it's with everyone and it's inside the team with a trainer and whatsoever. You can upsell them and sell them the individual ones as well for a different price. So if they're paying 25, 30 euros for the image printed in an A4 with everyone, then you're going to charge 20 for the image with the person individual on the ice rink. That's an idea. And then you win a contract with a school, and the school has 7 teams, 8 teams, 9 teams, whatsoever. If you do a short math thing there, basically every team, let's say, has 12 players. I need to use the calculator. 12 players multiplied by, let's say, they have 8 teams. That's 96 people. So that's 96 people that you'll be shooting, that you'll be photographing. If we're taking care of these all 96 people and they only want the printed A4 with the whole team all at 30 euros, that's 2,880 just from printing one, as an example. Now let's go into the next one. So, next one, licensing plus stock. Meaning you're selling, you upload your photos to IEM, to Shutterstock, to Get Images, to whatever, Adobe Stock and so on. And you're uploading them there, and whenever someone needs them, they're gonna download them or buy them, download them if they're having a subscription paid. paying for them and downloading afterwards if they want that specific image. Now, this is a massive shitloads of work because you need to constantly upload photos and photos and photos and upload and upload and upload up until someone starts buying them and seeing them. Now, this is a fucking volumes game where you literally need to upload on every single platform. And you'll be having money coming in from different platforms. I did this. I uploaded around 100 photos on different platforms in a matter of 3-4 months. My earnings from that were $125. So work-wise, pay-wise, shit-wise. Now, you can also direct license them to the brands, or you can take the photos and then try and pitch them in an editorial newspaper, magazine, whatsoever is around you, local newspaper, so that they use it and they will pay you a fee for that. This is passive, but it's fucking low per image. It can be, 20 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents. I sold one image for $46 because I was fucking lucky and they wanted it in a high resolution, almost close to whatever the raw was. Anyhow, they pay for it. Direct licensing pays way more than platforms. So if you're direct licensing an image to a brand, you'll get way more money out of it rather than you would from a magazine or from one of these stock platforms. 5, prints and physical. So here we're talking about fine art prints, canvases. This is where you have your photos and other people see them and want them in their own house. And because of that, they're going to pay for them. And they're going to pay based on the format and the size and everything that is related to that specific image. Quality, size, frame, wood, canvas, whatever it is. Albums, photo books, calendars. This, as an example, can be tied to the one hockey league because if you're having a team and you're creating one image with the whole team on a hockey ice rink, but you also take some images while they're playing, and you also take the individual ones, all of a sudden you can have an album or a photo book for that. And because you have that, all of a sudden you won't charge just 40 euros for it. You'll charge 150 or 125. And it'll cost you 30, 40 if you're doing it nice and it looks good as a paper and you have not a fancy leather cover, hardcover or whatsoever. And you can make more money from it. And then because you just pay 125, 150, let's say, you will have 85 as a win. And then if you upsell them because they also want the individual photo and they're paying 30 for that, you kind of get the ball rolling and you make more money from that. And then you can sell them online or Etsy, art markets, galleries, or whatsoever. In-person sales after a client shoot can double the session's revenue, of course, and works best with recognizable niche subject, but we know that already. 6, digital products. This is something that I love doing because it got my calendar to 0. I'm only taking care of a community and people that bought something from my store and the people that want to work one-to-one directly to me. And so if you want to learn more about digital products or photography, there's a link in the description. You can join the community. It's fucking cheap and it's fucking valuable. Trust me, you'll get so much value even for the lowest tier of the community. Description, check it. Next thing, so digital products. Here we enter the realm of presets, of LUTs, of guides, ebooks, manuals, videos, templates, contract scripts, Lightroom plugins, Lightroom presets, overlay, action, texture, PDFs, Loom videos, trainings, everything in whatever format. Because you make it once and you sell it forever, you have one landing page with the checkout page for the specific product. and then you have one payment processor, and you have traffic from the content that you're creating or from paid ads, and you funnel everything into that specific digital product. And from there, people just go, check, buy, receive, happy, testimonial, forwards. So you start with one product that is fucking specific, niched, hyper, mega, ultra niched. You're not going to solve how to learn photography. You're going to solve how to create amazing landscapes at dawn with backlight. Just as an idea. You go as much as you can into the ladder of niching and being super specific so that you can solve that specific problem. Once you have that, you start sending people to that page, to that landing page. Now, the thing here is it's almost the same with volume photography. You're still playing a volumes game. But here you have a traffic that you send from different platforms that you own to one specific spot. Imagine it like a funnel. I feel like I'm a bit disabled right now, but doesn't matter. Kind of like funnel. People come here, and then they go up until this point. And when my elbows here start rubbing, that's the point where they would buy something. So don't make it like this. Make it like this. It's very wide. It's people are coming and seeing it, and then their filters, that up until the point where they reach to your landing page, and they buy, and then you deliver it, and you deliver something amazing, so that they will be very happy, and that they will leave you a fucking amazing testimonial. And not just because of that, but because you can sleep at night afterwards because you delivered a fucking amazing product. Next, 7, education, knowledge. So here we get to the online courses that can be from 100 to 1,000. We have community memberships, school circle, whatever other platform. We have one-to-one mentoring plus coaching. We have speaking and webinars. We have workshop retreats, photograph with me, let's go to the Dolomites, expeditions, trips, and so on. I think here, community is the most durable model because retention beats constant new sales. So if you have one community, it's basically a product. You have the community and you have a link everywhere to that, and people can only go there, and they have all the other digital products and all the other products there, and they can meet you and they can be mentored by you and all sorts of things like that they see as a value and as a benefit. You just promote that everywhere. So you're just having a product. You don't need to think on this specific reel I need to promote that specific product, and on this specific carousel I need to promote that specific. No, everyone goes there because you have everything there, so you find everything in one place. My hair's growing and I'm having this thing right now, and if I'm grabbing the glasses off, it'll look like a cocker, like a dog. So next thing, content for others. Now, this is fun because this wasn't something, this and the digital products weren't something that were happening some years ago. Now, I ask people that are confident in their skills and that have worked with me before to try this first. Meaning, you create content for yourself already. Start discovering in your local area who needs content. Check their pages for small businesses. Check their pages, see who is not posting constantly, and offer them that you will be creating content for them so that they can just post constantly. Meaning, by that, they'll have more visibility, they'll gather more clients, and so on. So what you do here, you have social media retainers. Hey, I'm gonna be paid by you $1,500 per month. I'm gonna come 3 times per month, and I'm gonna create content for you for 30 days. Then I'm just gonna send you the content, and you just press publish, and then that's it. So you're grabbing everything off their shoulders, you're offloading them completely, you do the whole thing, and you get paid. So basically, you go there, you take photos, videos eventually if you want, depending how you want to create the offer for them. And then they start posting them. They pay you on a monthly basis. So basically, if you have at $1,500, let's say, 3 of these people, we're talking about 4,500, which is not a lot. It's also not nothing. User-generated content creation can be possible. I wouldn't go into that. Now, brand partnerships or affiliate marketing, this can also happen. With UGC, there's no audience required. You need to produce them. If we're talking about brand partnerships, I worked with Adobe, I worked with Rode. So basically, they're sending you a product, you're getting paid for it. If you're sneaky enough to say that you won't do it for free, they're going to send you the product, you're going to do marketing for them, basically content, photograph them, blah, blah, blah. And then you're going to post it on your accounts and tag them eventually. Now, the thing here is, if you're not having an audience, it's hard to get into brand partnerships because they want to rent your audience, meaning they want you to have numbers so that their product can reach new numbers, new people eventually. So if I'm a company and I would like my product to reach as many people as I would like, and I'm having no audience, I would go to a creator and say, hey, you're having 1 million people there. I'd rather make a campaign with you and pay you 20K, create 5-10 reels and post them in a matter of 4 months, just an idea. And then 1 million people that are following you will see that product. From that, if a conversion rate is good at 3%, let's say, I will make some money with my product. Hence, that's how the whole thing works. 9, selling to photographers. You can outsource yourself to do something. There are photographers that don't have time to retouch. You can sell your retouching skills to them. There are photographers that need a second shooter or an assistant. You can be that. There are people that, photographers that want to outsource designs for albums and for magazines. So they're going to contact another photographer or a designer. Hey, I need an album design for this specific reason. Go bazookas, create something. Or studio gear rental. So you're having a place, you're having gear. Having gear and it sits there. You want to rent it to someone that actually uses it. That's how you can do it. 10, audience monetization. You can, if you want to talk about photography and just talk about photography and create content about photography, go to YouTube and you're gonna get ad revenue. You're gonna get money from Google, from YouTube, by posting original content on their platform. The more subscribers you have, the more view and watch time retention you have, the more money you get, and so on. Or if you're fucking amazing at writing and you don't like being on camera to have videos, go to newsletter sponsorship. You have a newsletter, you talk about photography, someone wants to sponsor your newsletter because you have a lot of audience on a newsletter, they're gonna pay you to promote their product, you promote it on their newsletter, people are clicking on that, you are getting paid per click. Or if you're fucking amazing as a creator, you're gonna say, hey, you wanna appear in my newsletter at the top, 5K. And I'm gonna promote it twice in 2 newsletters, and that's it. And Patreon, whatever, however it's called, again, pay for being next to the creator. Software plus tools. Now, I want to take a moment and say, we're not AI bros, we're not AI gurus. If you're just using AI randomly and you have no development knowledge, I beg you, be careful what you're trying to create and sell because it might backfire. So, as a photographer, you can also you can also sell software and tools. As in, every photographer sells presets. Nobody can see how their image would look on a website. And so you're buying the product, you're buying the presets, you're importing them into Lightroom, and then when you're uploading the photo and trying to use the preset on your image, you're going to see that it's completely crap and it's not working, and you paid the money and there's no refund policy, and you want to start killing someone, but then you only killed your wallet. So you create a plugin or a tool so that other photographers can use it on their websites. So people can just check, upload short, exactly on their website, upload a photo and see how it would look if they would use one of their plugins for presets. And then you basically convince them because they already saw. You're not going to give them high quality and whatsoever. You're going to give them a lower quality so that they can't just use it, screenshot it, and then use it and not pay for it. Gallery delivery tools, there are quite a few on the market, but you can still create something if you're fucking extraordinary at an idea. You can still create something. Photographers have a lot of images that are keeping on hard drives or whatsoever. The problem here is it gets expensive. And so if you're having a server and you have the knowledge how to use a server so that they can upload their photos somewhere, and then once they finished a gallery for a client, they can send that in a professional way to their clients, then you have a product that might print money. Niche plugins for Lightroom, plugins for Capture One, different plugins for different ideas. And here, the keyword is that you can have a subscription. You can have a subscription revenue because you will be selling that tool that will be behind a subscription so that you can be paid when people start using it and keep using it so that you can be paid. Anyhow, that's it. I think from my perspective, these are the 11 ways that you can monetize as a photographer. It doesn't even matter which one you start with. I would say just start with something and test. And if you can go through all of them before you decide, that will be fucking amazing because that means you have an idea what the hell you're gonna do, what you like and what you don't like. And as I said earlier, if you want to be part of my community where people learn photography and then monetize their photography, there's the link in the description below. I'll see you inside. Cheers.